It's Friday the 23rd of April 2021. Lockdown restrictions have been eased for a couple of weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks, and we've been allowed back out into the wild. And here I am at Littletown in the Lake District. And car park here, on by the roadside. Interesting journey to get here. It's a lovely morning, a little chilly at the moment in the shade. The sun is out and the sky's blue. And you don't get a great deal of many car parks in the Lake District or anywhere else for that matter, with a view like this from them. And the intention today is to do the Little Dale round, which will take in hopefully Robinson, Hindscarth, maybe Dale Head. So I'm starting by leaving the car park, crossing Chapel Bridge here, and then I'm going to make a left turn a little further down and make my way down to Newlands Church. And as I said, it's a very pleasant morning indeed. Bright sunshine, blue skies, just a little chilly at the moment, but I'm sure it will warm up later. Yeah, beautifully kept little churchyard here, and a quaint little church. And it is a quaint little place. And that's what's ahead of me at the moment. Just check out which of these two paths here I'm going to take first. I have to ignore the path on the left, instead take the one on the right, which goes down by Cascadale Beck. And I have a couple of really stiff climbs to do on the walk this morning, so that should be rather interesting. Test my fitness, my lack of it. Approaching High Snab Farm now, which is National Trust property, which also offers holiday accommodation. The road carries on along here past the farm. There's a lovely view down the valley here. And this is where the hard work really starts. I've got to make my way up past the wall end here, climb up to the left. This copse of trees, up this rather steep hill to gain the High Snab bank. So it could get rather warm going up here. I've dispensed with the fleece, slapped on a bit of sun cream, and it's going to be a rather slow journey up here, I'm afraid. I've got an even longer climb, just as steep, coming a little later on. I'm about halfway up the climb, stopping for a breather. That's a view back down from where I've come. And this is the view I've got ahead of me. We've got a little bit more level walking now, a little bit of a climb coming up, and then I've got to walk along the ridge before I start the climb up to Robinson. Fortunately, I'm nearly at the top of the first climb now, and that's the way on. And as it's happened, I didn't have to go straight up all the way. The path's eased a little, got a little flatter coming along here. It's still hard work, but crossing the distance here, got a lovely view of Blencathra this morning. And there in front of you, you can see the slopes of Robinson. That's the way along so far, and I'm now on High Snag Bank. I'm making my way towards the east of the climb up to Robinson. So it's a relatively gentle walk for a short way now, and I'll have a breathe before starting the climb. There are 3 or 4 little rock scrambles to be negotiated before the climb up to Robinson starts. This I presume is the second one. The first one was pretty easy. It's a little steeper. That one done. A couple more to come, I believe it. That's if I'm at the right place. Well, I thought I'd done the climb up the 4 little outcrops, rocky outcrops, until I got to here and looked across, and it would appear that those are the 4 rock outcrops there. So I've got to get up those, up to the little knoll on the corner here, and then climb up onto Robinson. Right, I've had a quick breather, and that's the next obstacle ahead. That looks a little more difficult than I've encountered so far. Well, the first 2 climbs were relatively easy. The second 2, real killers. A bit of mountaineering. That's the view from, as I said, nearly at the top of the first little knoll I was looking at. And then I got a fair old climb up onto Robinson. And a lovely view. And from here in the far distance, Skiddaw has now come into view. I've just had 5 minutes resting on this little rocky knoll here, and then had a relatively gentle climb up to where I am now. But now the climbing starts again. This corner here, and the steepish climb up here. Well, I'd like to think I'm not too far off Robinson now. Fairly steady climb, just done now. There's a killer to come, so that's why I'm sitting here and having a rest. And that's the killer climb that's in store for me after I've had a few minutes break. I've just stopped on what I'm hoping is halfway up this particularly steep climb. That's where I've come from, and from here get a nice view out to Cap Bells, and I think across here may be Hindscarth, and then that would be the way back down should I choose to do the way I had originally planned, down over Scope End and then back down. But I may yet go up to Dale Head and go back down through the valley on the other side. Here we are. I'm not too far off the summit of Robinson now, and I've got a relatively gentle climb up to the summit compared to what I've had up to now. So it being 20 to 12, I'll probably have my lunch up in Robinson before making my way across to Hindscarth. The terrain has eased considerably on this last stretch up to Robinson, much better underfoot and a lot flatter than I've been used to. And so here I am on the summit of Robinson, 2,418 feet, and what a view from up here. That's Robinson done and dusted. I'll make my way down now to go over to Hindscarth, and then the plan is to go from Hindscarth back down to the little col and then up onto Dale Head and down there from down the valley. Dale Head's one I hadn't intended doing, but I thought I might as well tag it on while I'm up here. Probably won't do it on its own. There's been a bit of a breeze blowing on top of Robinson and it's getting a little chilly, so the sweater's just gone back on for a while. But from here you can see the rest of the route down here, drop way down into the bottom. And then it's a climb up onto Hindscarth. And I presume I'll be able to walk along the ridge there from Hindscarth up onto Dale Head. And another bit of a climb up there. So I've got a bit of a long drop down now. Just have to be a little careful. The path's quite eroded in places here, so I'll have to watch my footing. It's got warm again. There's still wind blowing, but it doesn't seem as chilly now. So the jumper's sweater's come off again, and I'll make my way up to Hindscarth, so no doubt I'll get a sweat on going up there. I imagine the path which goes on with the fence in its early stages probably goes straight up to Dale Head. My path goes off to the left, quite steeply up to Hindscarth. Stop for a breather on my way up to Hindscarth. That's the climb I've got to make yet. Looking back along the path I've come along, and then the climb or the descent from Robinson. It's quite a descent and quite a hike up here in this heat. And here I am on Hindscarth. This is the view from Hindscarth, looking over to Skiddaw and Blencathra. And then across to Dale Head. Right, that's 2 down, 1 to go, off to Dale Head. A little further down from the summit, the path splits off here. I'm going to take the left hand one and then start the slow, steady climb up onto Dale Head. Be quite a little while before I start climbing, however, I think. Looking side on at Dale Head from the path here, it's quite a drop down, and I don't know if you can see it. There's a little path winds its way down through the old mine workings, I believe. Now that looks pretty steep. I mean, the way I'm going to go down will be steep, but that does look steep. So I don't think I'll risk that one. But when I do get down, I'll be walking down the valley down there. That's the path I've dropped down so far. So here we go, the last bit of up for the day, hopefully. I'm approaching the head of Dale Head now. Path's getting a little narrower, quite a drop off to the right. But down in the bottom you can see the Honister Pass, which winds its way down to bottom here. A few cars parked in the bottom here. Lovely view from this point. And again, just looking back to the path I've come along, it's a reasonably gentle climb up. There's another steep climb coming up shortly, but 5 minutes here, and a lovely view down to the valley that I'll be walking down on my way back. That's the next little pull up. I think the summit is just off to the left here. And out across here is the walk up to High Spy and Maiden Moor along the top there. I had a daft idea of going up there as well today at one time, but don't think so now. And here I am, approaching the cairn on Dale Head. Right, that's Dale Head done. I've got a rather steep drop now down to Dale Head Torn. So I'll just have to watch my footing down here. Lots of loose stones. But yeah, quite impressed with the cairn on Dale Head. Very nice cairn. That's the view looking down and off up towards High Spy. I've just reached the point where the path down to the old mine workings breaks off. The one I was filming earlier across the valley coming down from Hindscarth. That's the one that goes down there. It looks a reasonable path, but I don't think I'll try it. I think I'll carry on the way I was intending going this down to Dale Head Torn. And a little breezy again up here. Immediately after the turn off for the mine path, the path down here has become stepped. So it is a little easier to manoeuvre. Down in the bottom there is Dale Head Torn. So perhaps have a couple of minutes down there and then set off down to the valley. Right, I'm just sitting above Dale Head Torn. I'm going to have 10 or 15 minutes here before I set off down the valley. And it's been a lovely afternoon. It's been great to be out again once in the Lake District and meeting like-minded people. I've met a lot of people this afternoon, have a friendly conversation, and that's the thing about walkers. They're always willing to stop and have a quick word. The majority of them are anyway. So it's been nice. Right, I'm on my way down now to pick up the path down the valley till cross into the stream here to do. Easy enough. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get up to High Spy today, but I'll be walking back down by the stream on the left, all the way pretty much back down to Little Town. Might be some interesting waterfalls a little further down. Well, it's been very tricky underfoot all the way down here up to now, but I've got on the little grassy section, which is well appreciated. Don't know how long it's going to last, but make the most of it while it does. But I wouldn't give to stand under that for 5 minutes. And crystal clear water at the bottom. There's another little waterfall at the bottom here. I suppose we're going to be pretty much all the way down. And I have to say, this path is almost impossible to follow in places. You're never sure that you're on a path, and then you just pick up something like this, which obviously, well, seemingly obviously is a path. So it's not the best path in the world to come down. Now I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I'm just beginning to wonder if in hindsight I would have been better coming off down the mine workings route. We'll never know. But this path has been well, pretty horrendous. It's very difficult to follow, almost impossible in places. And I'm still not sure whether I'm on a path. But again, this sort of looks like one. And I'm certainly heading in the right direction. Well, it's a big improvement. This last 100 yards I've found a path, and it's made a huge improvement to it. You can get a bit of steam up now. It's level walking, path's not too rough underfoot. So yeah, it's been like this all the way down. It would have been brilliant. But I hope I'm not speaking too soon and we get another loss of paths and lots of stones underfoot further along. I'm just coming down to the junction with the path which comes down from the mine workings. This little one here. It's So hopefully, and oh yes, it does look a nice wide track, so hopefully that will be the case all the way back. So, very impressive piece of stone. I've just left the main path after walking a few yards further beyond it, and I'm making my way down to the footbridge now over this stream here. And again, the water in the stream here is crystal clear over this bridge. Tongue only getting over there. The finger post here tells me that I'm on the right track, heading for Newlands Church. It's a very pleasant green track coming along here, lovely to walk on, and I think the foreign buildings I passed earlier in the walk are coming into view now ahead, so I can't be too far off the finish now. I wasn't sure that I was heading in the right direction, but this notice here tells me that I am, so I'll keep straight across this field. And this is the road I came out of, I think. And here we are, back at Newlands Church, at the start of the walk. And it's been a lovely day, absolutely beautiful weather. And it's been a good walk as well, tough one, I have to say that. But thoroughly enjoyable. And that's another 3 Wainwrights I can now knock off the list. It's a matter of crossing Chapel Bridge now and back to where the car's parked. I might have a sit down on the bench over there for a few minutes.